Okay, good morning. My name is Brandon. I'm going to go over the platform for you. And this is the OptiBoty or OptiBot by Techonomy. And what we're going to do is kind of go through a high level overview of the platform, what it does, what it doesn't do, how do you do things, and some of the settings. And then we'll go through some trades. Okay, so first thing you do is you're going to log in, of course. And once you log in, you'll see a couple pop-ups. You just want to close this out, and you'll see a screen like this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the very top to the bottom and just kind of highlight where everything is. So at the very top, you'll see some indications of what type of market you're in or connection you're in. Right now, I am in Tradier's Sandbox. And what that means is I have a live account with Tradier, and I have that hooked up through the platform. This is completely optional. We recommend that you only stick in the sandbox or paper trade. So if you don't have this, you'll see something called paper trade, and it'll say Yahoo Finance, and it's like on a 10-minute delay. So just know that if you don't have a Trader account, you don't need one, and I recommend that you don't do anything except just paper trade for the first month or two to get used to the platform and what it does. Now, with that said, if you do have a Trader account, and you want to hook up a sandbox, you're more welcome to do that. You can do that in the settings, and I'll have a separate video instructions for that later on. Now you can see that we are in paper, market is open. This account is a kind of a demo account. It's basically an account I just kind of play with, so it's up and down all the time. Right now we're down, and that's mainly because I tried putting some high risk trades on to see if they would win, and they didn't. So, that's kind of some of the testing that we're doing. So we're going to see some fluctuations here throughout the next couple of weeks. So don't think that this is anything serious. It's just paper account, and I'll go through some new trades that I've actually put on to mitigate this. So now we are in a kind of mitigation process where we want to put in better structured trades, and I'll show you that some here soon. So of course you have your cash, your net lick, your buying power, capital deployed, your total P&L, your day P&L, realized, open P&L, your delta, so your delta across all your portfolio, your current theta decay, which is really cool, I like that, your vega, gamma, and the VIX. So right here you'll see a little slide, a little section called upcoming earnings. If you click that, you'll see some common names that have some important earnings. So Netflix's earnings today, so that's good information. Here you'll see a drop down for how this bot looks or how this works. So if you need to find more information, this is kind of a helpful guide and kind of shows you out of the box default settings of what this is set up for. Okay, on your left here you have signals, okay? And I'll show you some results of the signals here in a second. On the right is open positions. These are all my open positions. You can scroll with your mouse. There's also these windows move and adjust in the corners. You can roll them up like this, depending on what kind of screen you have. Same thing on this one, once we throw the signals up there. If I click into the open positions, I can see a chart, some information, and details about my position. Okay. If I scroll down a little bit, here are orders. So there's no pending orders right now, but we'll go through an example order here in a second. Closed trades, you can see the closed trades for the most recent. So you can see right here, the profit and loss, when it was closed, when it was open, the credit and debit you got, and what type of trade it was, which is great. Trade log is kind of like basically like the logs. So anything that the system is doing for your account, you're going to see here. So behind the scenes, if it's reviewing, if the AI is reviewing some of your portfolio, you'll be seeing some of that in real time. So if you're not sure what's going on, you can always go to the trade log and see what it's doing. Option chain, we provide you an options chain to review the chain if you want to. Backtesting, there is a backtesting feature. You can go through and actually do some presets, which is pretty cool. So if you have like, a typical strategy that you want to backtest, you can plug that in and it'll pre-fill it for you. Earnings, that's still loading, but you can see there's some earnings we talked about. Calendar, no upcoming events. This is also good if you have like Fed speakers for the day. This is very important. Idea builder, if you put in a symbol and click find trades, it will specify the type of trade you're looking for. So if I'm putting in SPY, right, and I'm going to find a certain type of strategy, it will go ahead and find me the best strategy um, based on what I just picked. Okay, just a very quick kind of, and you can do an AI score on it too. Social, right now I'm the only one, so you can see we share this on the main website. So if you're interested in sharing your results, you can sign up for the leader follower, and your name will be on the front page on the leaderboard. So once we get some more folks, we'll be looking at that. Looks like we just that request just popped up as an AI thing, so I'll show you more of that later. Fear and greed, give you a little fear and greed indicator. So looking pretty, we were down here, now we're kind of edging up, which is interesting because we had that V-shaped recovery recently. Down below, you'll see some stats, and you'll see this ticker. And you can adjust this ticker in the settings, and I'll show you that here in a second. All right, so while we're waiting for this, go ahead and hit scan. You can hit scan. Now, what this is doing is this platform runs twice, okay, out of the box twice a day on possible trades. It runs at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. You can run it as much as you want. Just know that it will use AI credits each time you run it. It's not a lot, but could be like 10 cents to like 50 cents depending on the AI model. But the scans aren't free because they do cost money. So what we're using the backend is mainly Claude. So Claude, Anthropic, we're using their models, and we update those models all the time. And as they get updated, we'll update the models for the users. So right now it's scanning some of the top names, and you'll see this populate, so we'll give that a second. Top right, while waiting for that, there's some audio alerts. You can mute it. This is a change. Oh, it's bright. Change the color, contrast. This is a privacy one. If you want to, like, if you're at work or something and you don't want your colleague to see all your money you're making, you can click that on. What's new? You can see what's new in the latest releases. Playbooks is basically, say like you sell a calendar every single week, you can basically set that up here. So if you have a specific strategy that you want to create a playbook for, you can do that here. This is in beta mode right now, so if you have any issues, let us know. But we're still kind of developing this feature. It's pretty cool, especially if you like a certain strategy. And you can pick the delta and everything. Performance, it's also in beta, so we'll be updating this, but this is basically be your analytics, and you'll see all kinds of graphs and stuff, but more to come on that. This little gear icon was all your settings. So in your settings, you have all these different options you can do. You can change your defined risk portfolio. You can change your targets. So how often do you want to scan? Now this is scanning your current open positions, if it's going to close or not. So if you want it to be faster or less, you can change that. Your max position, so how much capital you want to allocate. If you don't want AI, you can turn it off, and also a score. So this right here, if you set it higher than, say, 80, only results that come back with the 80 or higher are going to auto execute. Okay. So if you just want to say, give me everything, 25 is going to give you everything. But recommended is, I think, 70. And you can play with this and see what kind of trades it takes. A couple other things here, strategy diversity. So this is great because it kind of diversifies the different strategies that you'll see on your portfolio. So if you want to experiment, you'll be able to see those results there. And here's some different market outlook. If you want to specifically, you're bull, just stay bullish, then there you go. DTE warnings, and let you know. Economic calendar, VIX. This is going to auto adjust based on the VIX, which is great. And auto detect some of your portfolio. So display, pretty basic. There's your ticker. You can make it bigger, smaller. Now, every single one of these is the strategy settings. So for covered calls, if you take a trade, or if the signal will look for these parameters. So it will only execute or only find these types of parameters on those trades, okay? Same thing, every single one has its own type of option. So calendar is put, call, butterfly, iron butterfly. I got AI credits. Let's see what else. Got day trades. So if you want to do day trading, zero DTE. Zero DTE is in development, so play with that and give us your feedback, but that is an option. Email, Discord, Slack. So if you are maybe a person who has your own community or you want to share these with your friends, you're more than welcome to. Right now we're offering it included. And what this means is you can basically link up your email, your Discord, and Slack, and it'll automatically post the updates in real time. So if you has a trade idea, it'll post it. If it closes a trade, it'll post it, which is great. So that's pretty much it. You can export your config, save settings. All right, let's go back here. So signals. So the way this works is you have some filters. So all the trades here, if I click here, it only show me certain ones. So IC's Iron Condor. These are all the Iron Condors. If I go back to all, it's going to give you based on your portfolio and your defined risk. You can see here right now it's recommending some Iron Condors, and then it's giving you a category. So for your account, we're saying Iron Condor, which I guess it's okay. If you click into it, you can see a nice set of details with the analysis. You can see it has excellent IV rank with good credit. It's not bad. Yeah, 1 to 3.5 risk reward. So I'm going to go ahead and execute this. You can see you got a little graph here to play with. Now, before I execute this, I want to show you some really powerful features that I really love and I use right here. Copy order. And what does that do? You click that and you go into your Thinkorswim, if you use Thinkorswim, and in Thinkorswim, there's a paste feature under the order entry. Click it and it'll automatically build this for you. It works on almost all the strategies except for, I think, Iron Butterfly because it's a complex trade. But any of the basic strategies, you know, calls, puts, credit spreads, Iron Condors, you click that and you paste it into Thinkorswim and it's already there. You can share. If you click share, it will basically give you like a screenshot you can post to your Discord or your friends or WhatsApp, whatever. If you click learn, it'll give you more information about the Iron Condors. So if you're very new and you're still learning about the strategies, you can come here and kind of learn about it in real time. So like that. Let's go back there. Let's go ahead and execute this. So you can put the amount of contracts. So I'll go ahead and put 3. All right. Go ahead and close this. So it's going to go ahead and put that in here in a second. And you'll see something in the top right. Because I'm connected to the broker, the broker is making an exchange. Right now, it's a little bit of a delay because we're doing some checks. You can see there it's working, waiting for fill. So I go back over to orders. You can see right here it's working. Let's say I don't like this price. I can hit the natural price, which is going to bump it up a lot, or I can click it and I can change it, myself. And then it'll just change. This feature right here is also in development. They're working on to fine tune. So if you're having issues, let us know. We'd love your feedback. But yeah, see how it didn't change there? Tradier didn't like that. So let's go ahead and click the natural button. So now it changed. I think if I would have waited a little bit or tried it again, it would have done that. But because we're on a sandbox, you're not getting the same kind of telemetry that you would for a real live account, because Trader does also delay the data like Yahoo, but just not as much, So we'll let that work. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just get it even lower just to get something in there. See if that works. Maybe I have to hit enter, so that's why. Yeah, I had to hit enter, that's why. Okay. We'll see if Trader picks that up. But that's the main part I wanted to cover today. And yeah, let me show you one more thing. Of course, you can also filter on these. So all these columns are filtered or sort. You can see here the Qs are doing pretty good, actually. I'm actually happy with that result. The DTE on the right here, earnings, you can see they'll show up yellow when earnings is coming up within 10 days, and it'll start turning red. Let's see if we can get another trade on here. Let's just put something on just for fun. just for testing to make sure we're getting a fill. Sounds like that filled already. Yep, so it filled, got it for $2.39. We do GLD. GLD, yeah. Okay, nice. There's our trade. So that's pretty much it. So I wanted to cover, folks. I appreciate any feedback, and please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.